The intercom on the desk beeps. Secretary, off screen. Mr. Rybald to see you. Nancy pushes a button as she waves Brad out. Nancy, send him in. Brad passes Cobber on the way out, sticks out his tongue. Cobber, not even close, dude. Cobber takes the seat across from Nancy. The employee eyes him mysteriously and smiles. Cobber, you wanted to see me? Nancy, I've decided to sweeten the pot. Cobber, Nancy, I know nothing about running a business. Nancy waves a freshly painted nail at the employee. Nancy, too red. I want subtle. The employee removes the polish. Nancy looks at Cobber. Nancy, you want to run a TV production. I have 3 weeks before the board meets to select a new CEO. You take the job in the meantime, and you can do your project. Cobber, I can't finish it in 3 weeks. Nancy, won't matter if the company is already committed, will it? Cobber considers. The employee looks at him, runs her tongue around her lips. Cobber does a double take and looks back to Nancy. Cobber, if I was a successful television producer, would that be good enough for you? Nancy ponders the question in the new color the employee is putting on her fingernail. Nancy, but you're not. Cobber, but if I was. Nancy, would that get me invited to those red carpet premieres? Cobber, it could. Nancy, then I guess so, but you're not. Cobber, I know, quit saying that. Nancy, you just need to tie your show into the company business. Cobber, how am I supposed to do that? Nancy, product placement. Cobber, might be hard to tie in perfume and feminine products to survival. Nancy, God, Cobber, is this your dream or isn't it? Cobber squirms in the chair, thinking. Cobber, I'll be able to hire people, run the show the way I want. Nancy, until there's a new CEO, you have free reign. Cobber takes a deep breath, makes his decision. Cobber, I'll do it. Nancy, wonderful. I knew I could count on you. Cobber gets up to leave. He is almost at the door when Nancy interrupts. Nancy, that trick, can it be taught? The employee glances at Cobber. He blushes. Cobber, I think it's a gift. Cobber leaves. Nancy's eyes stare into dreamy space. Nancy, yes, it is. Interior, Cobber's house. Night. Cobber and Alan sit on the floor across the table from one another and play ping-pong. A stack of trash in the middle of the table serves as the net. A half-full plastic cup of beer sits on the table in front of each of them. Mortis and Mortis lie on the floor and watch. Cobber, it's not forever. It's just to get us the chance. Alan, I hate business. Cobber, you got a fucking degree in business management. Mortis barks. Cobber to Mortis, sorry. Alan, school kept me from working, okay? Cobber, what keeps you from working now? Alan, fired for eating at lunchtime. What a crock of shit. Other Mortis barks. Alan continued to dogs. Shit's okay. Both Mortises bark. Alan continued. Whatever. Mortis looks at Cobber. Cobber shrugs. Alan continued. I could have made that place a contender. Cobber gets a good shot that falls into Alan's beer. Alan downs the beer, pops the ping-pong ball from his mouth. Cobber, you can't spend your whole life just goofing on people. Alan, I could if I died tomorrow. Alan smacks the ball hard. It bounces high off the table and soars over Cobber's head. Mortis goes after it. Cobber, that's out. Alan, there's no out. It crossed the table. Mortis drops the ball on the table. Cobber, you want to host the show, right? Alan, that might be cool. Cobber, then take the advice you gave me. Run the business side of things while we get the show launched. Alan, would I have to wear a suit? Cobber, you can come in your underwear for all I care. Alan, whoa, gross, dude. Oh, wait, never mind. The game continues. Mortis and Mortis follow the ball back and forth. Cobber, there's a ton of hot secretaries there. Cobber smashes a shot that sails over Alan's head. Cobber continued. Mean ones, too. Alan, fine, I'll do it, but only until your show is done. Internal, Baxter boardroom, day. Cobber sits at one end of a large conference table and plays with a Game Boy using earbuds. The table is surrounded by executives. Alan, dressed like a professional from the waist up, stands at the other end of the table and taps the sales chart with a pointer. Alan, we're spending 60% of the marketing budget on tampons. What's wrong with that picture, gentlemen? Alan paces in front of the table. The executives all look around at each other. Alan, I'll tell you what's wrong. We own 70% of the tampon market, people, and those women aren't going to stop menstruating if we cut back our ads. Executive number one, but won't they start using something else if we stop advertising? Alan, like what? The little Dutch boy? Executive number one, I meant like a competitor product. Alan, women don't forget what they like between their legs. The executives mumble and nod at one another. Alan, I want half the tampon dollars put into the makeup and perfume lines and get the commercials into prime time. Soap opera housewives aren't plunking down $80 for a bottle of sweet-smelling water. Alan nods at Cobber, who takes the earplugs out, jumps up and claps his hands. Cobber, that's all, folks. Get her done. Make it so. Do your thing. The executives stare at Cobber as they leave. Cobber, what? They're cliché for a reason, you know. The room empties except for Cobber and Alan. Alan walks around the table. He wears only boxers from the waist down. Cobber, awesome job. Alan, I gotta admit, starting at the top rocks.